All right. All right, Lola. This is Fireplace chat with Force and Lola. I have
Over there. You can pass it if you want. Otherwise, I'm a scooter course.
should have got it for me because I told you I
I
needed
didn't know you was getting ready to start.
it. You think I was gonna sit there to do nothing?
Oh gosh, she's talking again.
All right. I have some things that I want to. Fireplace Chat with Force is going to be on my channel. I would like to do live, but you can move it up. Move it up. But I still haven't learned how to do live. I think I have to put on an app of some sort onto my computer. I'm still learning. So when I get that, I'll be able to take care of that, put that on there for y'all, and then I can go live and interact with you, get your thoughts, and answer your questions or what have you. But now, let's go to what I'm trying to get. You'll get around, reach around, go around, and get it. This is my assistant, off camera, so you don't think I'm bugging out. You about to break everything. Now, dealing with the, pull up that video. Dealing with the coronavirus and stuff. I'm gonna do a disclaimer before I put this out. I don't even know this person. A video was sent to me with someone that's dealing with the medical profession. I'm not sure if she's really in the medical profession or whether or not she's just a female doing a video in scrubs. I don't know. But some of the stuff she says makes sense. So, and I agree with some of the things she says. Some of the things I'm not sure, some of the things I agree. So it was enough of me agreeing for me to feel that I should pass it on. And you all can do your own research, but at least it opens up questions. That's one of the main things that I believe we need to ask questions. Bring it here, bring it to me. We need to pose questions. Sometimes you don't even have to ask it to anyone in particular. Ask yourself these questions. And some of the answers, you'd be like, listen, well, yeah, that makes sense, or that doesn't make sense. There's other things that I had to present, but since I'm doing this with my phone, I can't do it because I was going to actually read it off of my phone into the computer live stream, but another day. We're going through some things and times that we need to keep abreast, and we need to keep passing information, because a lot of times the government, healthcare providers, the news will give off what they want us to think, because they want us to react a certain way. All right. For instance, I've read a lot of stuff while I was incarcerated on how, remember the New World Order thing? It was talking about 2000, everything was going to crash, and had like a hysteria put on the people. I was in prison, so I don't really know how much of a hysteria, but you had people stocking up, preparing for all the lights to go out or what have you. You have some religious zealots that was thinking it was Armageddon or whatever. And you even have people that was thinking 2020. There's something that I wanted to read, but it's on my phone, that was in a novel. I'm not sure whether it was Dean Koontz, Sidney Sheldon. It was one of the novels that I read that was saying that in 2020, um, a virus was going to spread around the world and things was going to change. Now, is this a good guess? Was this some information that he knew and he just put in the book? Is he a prophet? Can he read the future? Don't know. But these are things that in the upcoming days, when I put together my videos, I will shoot it at you. Just give it to me and I'll play it. Bring it to me. That's all I want you to do. It's not playing? Oh, I could have sworn I heard it.
Yeah, but it's not. Heard it stop. Just keep talking.
So, basically, what this person is saying, okay, well, I don't have to tell you what the person's saying because I can just play it. Now, hopefully, it'll be loud enough. So,
Get loud first.
well, you can put it next to that because it's not like I'm going to show the
That's
person's
right.
picture.
Dude,
Put it right there.
this is bullshit. It's all lies. I'm sorry to tell you. Hi guys. Hearing crystal clear here. And as a medical professional, and bro, where do I start? Where do I begin? Where do I start? Where do I begin? Where do I start? Where do I begin? Where do I start? Number one, not only is the healthcare profession, man, dude, this is bullshit. It's all lies. I'm sorry to tell you. Even the information that you guys are spreading around and that the healthcare field is releasing is lies, okay? It said that the coronavirus can last on a surface for 5 days. Number one, it can be killed in 80-degree heat, okay? Any virus can be killed with heat or can be shot in cold, okay? So this whole thing is bupkis, okay? It's so bupkis. I'm alarmed at what they're allowing. I'm alarmed. That perfect example. If a virus can survive outside of a host for 5 days, why does not everyone in America or in the world have days? Okay, say if I lay this down. Say if this was AIDS and I left it here. There's no way I can come back and pick this up because heat's gonna kill it, chemicals are gonna kill it, water is gonna kill it, ice is gonna kill it. It's gonna decimate as soon as it hits air. Do you understand me? It is gonna decimate. If you apply heat, you will kill it. That's why you're supposed to wash your clothes in hot water. It kills germs. People, this is going on too far. This is going on too fucking far, and I'm sick of it. There's no way in the world that the healthcare administration would ever keep letting this keep going on for so long. I mean, it's ridiculous. Tell me why. Let me tell you something. If this was the case, we would have diseases from prehistoric days. Do you hear me? We would have the cold of Adam and Eve. We would have the diseases of Abraham. And it doesn't. It doesn't survive. It doesn't live on. None of that. None of that. When the ice age, all that Darwinism bullshit, when all that melted, guess what melted with it? As soon as the sun hit any virus, disease, I do tell you this, fungus can live on. Fungus can grow. Fungus can get inside, grab onto your skin, and not let go. Enhance, in turn, creating a ringworm. You see what I mean? That's the only thing that can latch on and stay. Okay? Fungus can stay. But no. If a virus stayed around like this, everybody in the United States, in the world, would have AIDS, HIV. You would have every viral infection known to man if this was true. And I lying or am I lying?
She can say that.
I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with it. And here's the thing. Bleach kills any and everything. Bleach kills AIDS. Bleach kills HIV. Bleach kills fungus. Okay? So this is bullshit. This is really bullshit. What's happening here is they're trying to introduce a new world order. Okay? And they're using this the COVID as a cover-up. Because when they deploy the 5G, that is pure radiation, it causes flu-like symptoms and even cancer and leukemia. Okay, people? It is that serious. That's why we have to stop them at releasing 5G. You guys don't understand this stuff. And they're talking medical garble and bullshit because they think you're of the lesser brain and that you don't understand that. No, people, this shit is simple. Okay? If this was the case, if I could lay a virus down and it lasts for so long, how many biochemical terrorists do you think there will be? Terrorists would just kill you with the fucking AIDS. That's how simple it would be. Okay? That's how simple it would be. AIDS would be used as a biochemical warfare. Come on, people. You're not even thinking. You're not even using your head at this point. And now it's just ridiculous. Now you're just passing around just lies. Lies are being passed around. It's being passed around. You can kill any disease with heat, bleach, vinegar, peroxide. All of this can be killed. All diseases that are man-made, okay, can be reversed. If you are dealing with a virus that can be killed in 80-degree weather, that means it's weak. So, no. Coronavirus is not killing people. It's the 5G radiation that they're pumping out. Number one, through your phone. Number two, through these cell towers that they're installing right now as you're at home in your cozy house. Number three, you wouldn't need a mandatory curfew unless you were doing something illegal to the people who didn't know. Okay? Yeah. So while you're at home on mandatory lockdown from 9 to 5, that's when they're installing 5G that does not need to go up because it's going to fry your brain. Okay? It's going to fry your insides. It's going to scramble you. It's going to give you cancer. It's going to give you leukemia. It's going to give you flu-like symptoms so bad that you're going to think you have coronavirus, but it's actually not coronavirus. It's the chemical radiation coming from the 5G towers that they are installing. Okay? People, you have got to wake up and think for yourselves. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Okay? It's ridiculous. Hold these people accountable. Hold these people accountable is all I'm telling you. You know better. You know good and damn well that everybody would have AIDS if viruses lasted this long outside of the host. Say if I was an AIDS patient. Say if I'd had an enemy and I didn't like you. Guess what? In order for me as an AIDS patient to give you a virus, I have to put my fluids inside of you. Okay? This is how it works. You can't smell the air and all of a sudden have AIDS. You can't sneeze and all of a sudden have AIDS. This shit don't work that way. I'm sorry, people. I need to inform you. Viruses do not work that way. You don't get the flu because somebody has it. No, you get a you get a bad cold. The flu, let me tell you what the flu and all these other viruses are. It's just another formation of a bad cold that your body can't shake because your immune system is too low because you haven't been eating fruits and vegetables. There, I said it. Okay? If your immune system is low, if your immune system is low, you're susceptible to every and anything in the world because your body is an incubator for germs. Okay? For germs. This is how this stuff gets around. You could go around someone who's been sick all their lives, but as long as your immune system is A1, you're not getting it. Okay? You're not getting it. If you already live in a clean environment, you're not getting it. Black folks, I know y'all, if you wipe your house down with bleach, you're not getting it. Okay? Black folks, I know y'all too. If y'all don't got the heat, if y'all don't got the air on, that house is hot. It can't survive in heat. Okay? So please tell me. Please. Man, I've had enough. I really fucking had enough with the fuck shit. I've had... I can't do it all myself. Okay? I can't try to save the world by myself. I can't help you guys think by yourself. But it seems like no matter how much truth that I put out, you don't listen anyway. So I assume you want to die. You know? So I'm gonna wrap it up. These videos are for the people who want to think. You know, these are for the people who are second guessing life. Alright? Because I'm telling you, everything that you see, objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. Everything that you see in this world is not what it is. And there ain't nothing new under the sun. Okay? There's nothing new under the sun. The only way you're gonna get sick and contract a cold, okay, is if your immune system is bad. That means if you're eating mucus-forming foods, okay, like meat, dairy, cheese, processed foods, junk food, if you're not eating right, you're gonna pollute your body. It is as simple as that. And when you pollute your body, those germs sit in the mucus, okay, and they cultivate. Many of y'all need to know this, okay, because right now the media got y'all sharing all kind of lies, bullshit, and it ain't even all that deep. Think about it. If you could let a virus survive outside of the body longer than 5 days, wouldn't the whole world have AIDS? Do you know how many people with AIDS would do this? They would say, you know what? I don't like that motherfucker over there, so I'm going to leave them a little present. And I know I'm going to say, hey, I left you some money, or I left you something. You know, I left you a plate. You know, I left you a little something. You need to come get it. Wouldn't the whole population of AIDS victims who are angry and upset do that? Come on, guys. We, as humans, have to do better. And this is not it. This is not a good look for nobody. This is not a good look for nobody, because nobody knows what they're talking about. Nobody wants to research. Nobody wants to go deep and see what the hell they're trying to take your rights over for. And it's infuriating to watch this. It really is. And after the CDC has already said there's no way to test it, we lied about the results, you guys are still running with it. All right, I'm going to let you go about your business. Have a good one.
All right, it's discussion time. You want to come get this? Hello? My assistant? My assistant? This is what happens when you don't pay them. At any rate, some of the things that she said, I know to be true. Other things she said, I don't know. You can grab that. I don't know whether or not it's true or not, but I played it because, like, what I do know for a fact is dairy, like you drink milk, you eat cheese, that does help you form mucus in your body. So if you have a cold or something like that, you're not supposed to drink milk and all that, because that actually contributes to more, more mucus in your body. Fruits and vegetables actually does help you to build up your immune system. I know some of these things to be factual. Now, she said if a virus could stay out of your body for 5 days, then the whole world would have AIDS. Now, it may not be technically true, but it has a lot of credibility that the AIDS epidemic would be more widespread than it is. Now, there's a disease that most people who are looking at me heard of, a virus called Ebola. Now, the Ebola virus, for lack of a better term, I'm gonna say flesh eating, because it would get into your system and then it would demolish your insides, and then you'd be having blood coming from your orifices. Now, to explain it to you in a comparison form, let's say Ebola is SARS. SARS, which was more acute, more severe than the coronavirus COVID-19, but it wasn't as widely contagious. How do you say contagious? Now, there was another virus, which is called a Marburg virus, which was like the baby Ebola, like the coronavirus is like the baby SARS. The Marburg virus was more contagious or more widespread. COVID-19, or the coronavirus, is more widespread than SARS. Same scenario. If the virus could live out your body for those many days, then the Marburg virus would have went around the world and killed up a lot of people. A lot of people who would have been on planes with people with the Marburg virus would have went their separate ways, and then more people would have been infected, and it would have been a pandemic with that. So there was a video that I had yesterday that I wanted to share, and a lot of times people send videos on Facebook and they say, look at it before Facebook take it down, or this. And a lot of times, I don't even look at it. But lately I've been looking at videos because of what's going on. I want to see what people have to say. So I looked at this video and I liked this video. And I was planning on making a video so that people can hear it. But by the time I was setting up to make the video, it was down. It was basically saying that the government knew that the coronavirus was going to be widespread, and they allowed it because they covered up what was going on in China as far as not putting the news out there, and they were hiring scientists to do research, and they was trying to get things in place prior to when it was announced that it was here. So if you don't plan a trip, you don't buy suitcases and get ready to go on a trip when you're not going on a trip. You know what's going on. You plan for something because you know what's happening. You don't, okay, well listen, I'm gonna hire some scientists to do some research just because I feel like hiring scientists. No. Well, you know, it is entirely possible that they just said, well, we need scientists. That's possible. Is it probable that, okay, in November you're looking for scientists and just all of a sudden, hey, now all of a sudden China's going through this? Is it probable? It's not probable. I don't believe it. So, do you have anything you want to contribute word-wise? You want to?
So what do you think it is? What do you think this whole thing is? Do you have any idea of what it is going on?
Oh, yeah, I do. I've read books that were saying that the New World Order, they are going to put things into place. And what she said that I did not know anything about was 5G. And we were talking about 5G as like the new wave. Now, it's credible what she's saying, because before I even came home, I was reading about the possible effects that the radiation from the phones would have on our brains. And using Bluetooth might be able to cause cancer, and it does. But we have been appeased by saying that the chances of it causing cancer are little because of the amounts of radiation that emits from it isn't enough to give us cancer, but maybe the prolonged use of it may have an effect. And of course, if you work at an X-ray lab and you work there for 2 days, your exposure to X-rays will probably not give you cancer. But if you work there for 20 years, we'll put it like this: I haven't seen a 90-year-old X-ray technician because they usually die kind of quick. It's just facts. Like they make good money and they have benefits and they die. So, anyway, so that's what I believe that is more or less population control. They're putting things into effect because this stay home, save lives, and all this. I'm outside every damn day. I'm outside. I go outside. I go places. I see very little people. They got the little things in the supermarket 6 feet away. I went to the bank yesterday, and he's like, I literally was standing 6 feet away from the guy. It wasn't on purpose. It wasn't by design. He was standing in one place, and I just stepped over to the side. There was something on the floor, but I wasn't paying that no mind, but I just so happened to step right on it. And then the guy was like, yo, you gotta step over there. So, the one behind him, I was stepping laterally, so if it were to loop around, I would have been there. But he was like, you gotta step right there. So I looked at him and looked back down what I was doing. But then in my head, I was thinking, he's only doing his job. So I walked over there and I was like, so is that where I was standing 6 feet away from him? He said, yeah, I put it down myself. So I'm thinking, so why did you tell me to go over there? But I understand because the line was going a certain way, even though it wasn't no line, it was just him and me. Mm-hmm. But he just wanted to that way, just in case somebody else come. So I understood. But people are literally scared to death. And when you are scared, you will do what you're told. So stay inside. There's people ordering food. They don't want to go outside. They order food. Keep ordering your food if you want to, because I'll deliver it to you and get paid. Like, I don't have no problem going out there delivering food to you. I go in them supermarkets every day. People who want to make some extra money, I'm gonna put a link out there on Facebook. Go grab that link, make you some extra money, and they're paying decent too. You have your little mask if you want to, have your little gloves, go out there and deliver and make some money. If you are inside your house, you can't see what's going on outside. So just like she said, and I'm not saying what she's saying is true, I'm just saying there's credibility to it. That if they're doing certain things and they're setting up towers for 5G or what have you, you're not there to witness it. You're not there to ask questions. Because these radiation, we can't see it. Just like X-rays, these are rays that are beyond our sight. They're waves. So they go through sound. We can't see it. We can't literally feel it. Like when it's coming through, you don't feel it. It has effects on our physiology, but we cannot feel it. So if someone is building a tower and they don't say what it is, we wouldn't know what it is. Unless maybe we could do searches to see what a 5G tower look like and make ourselves aware so that if we see it, we can say, okay, well, that's a 5G tower. But other than that, like when they was putting up them towers to bounce off the phones that we have now, we didn't know what G they was, 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, whatever. It was like, those are phone towers. They put them up on skyscrapers, and so that they could have better reception. This is even in some of the tunnels now, because before you couldn't get reception when you went into certain tunnels, right? Mm-hmm. And now you're getting better reception when you go in tunnels. Your stuff still be on, right? Mm-hmm. They got it. That's in there. there's certain areas that are blind spots. When you go by trees, like wooded areas, and things are getting stronger because it's becoming less and less blind spots. That's because they're having more powerful towers being built, and they're having more of a wider range so that you will have less blind spots. But those ranges also encompass the areas where we live. Remember Erin Brockovich, the TV show, the movie? And they was talking about the effects of the power lines on people. This is the same basic principle. These lines, these rays that are coming from the 5G, just like the power lines, they have effects on the human body. So the people that was living near the power lines, where Erin Brockovich was speaking about, they got cancer. Same thing, we'll have effects on our bodies, and it's not saying that it would be within 6 months. It's prolonged exposure. Some people, it will affect them quicker than others, depending on your own physiology, whether or not you have certain things going on in your body. It's just as simple as how you can put two people in the same exact conditions. One person will get sick quicker than the other because of how he or she take care of their body, or how their physical state was, their health was at the beginning, at the onset. So age could be a factor, what the person's diet be a factor. Those are things that contribute to how susceptible one would be to being sick. We have germs in our body all day, every day. Some of them are there that actually help. We have germs in our body that help us digest food. And we have yeast in our body. And when certain conditions come, they go crazy and they get unchecked. And then when they are unchecked, then they end up doing harm because they procreate, they multiply more than what's necessary to keep our systems in check. So then it's an imbalance. So we need some of these organisms in our body to help us, but there's a balance. When it goes out of balance, that's when we start getting sick. And the proper balance in the human body is called what? Homeostasis. Well, whatever. Well, you can look it up. Homeostasis is the balance that we need in our body for us to be properly balanced. When you get out of whack, it could be, you gonna look it up? Look it up. Look it up, homeostasis.
And the improper stuff is what forms in women, yeast infections and stuff like that. It's nothing harmful, it's normal, but that's what forms when it creates too much stuff within.
So we have bacteria in us on a regular. It's just when it gets too much and it goes unbalanced, then that's where you have chaos. And what is chaos? Chaos is the lack of order. The absence of order is chaos. That's what that is. Homeostasis. H-O-M. Home. Just H-O-M-E.
Got that.
O. Stasis. S-T-A-S-I-S. Because sometimes I'll be kicking up big words and I'll be wrong. So I got to keep myself in check with my words. My big words. What did it say?
Homeostasis. The tendency toward a relatively stable equilibrium between interdependent elements, especially as maintained by a physiological process.
Exactly. That's what I said. In other words.
I don't know what none of that means.
Say
There's
it
a lot
again.
of big words.
Let me see.
Hold on. Excuse me. Bop. I can read. I read it right.
No, but I'm saying them little words. I read something online before and somebody said I need hooked on phonics. I was letting them know, like, listen, if I can't see it, homeostasis is a noun, homeostasis, the tendency towards a relatively stable equilibrium. Equilibrium is balance between interdependent elements, especially as maintained by physiological processes. It's basically saying that the tendency towards numbers is you got to have a balance between the interdependent elements, which is your body and what's in your body. The interdependent elements, especially maintained by physiological processes. Physiological is dealing with the inside of your body, your physiology. So that's how everything stays balanced and it keeps your systems going, which is your systems. You have your, what systems? Tell me some systems in your body. You have your reproductive system, you have your skeletal system, you have your respiratory system, you have your circulatory system, you have your nervous system, you have your excretory system. You got some systems in there, and they need to be balanced, properly balanced, in order for them, for the body to work properly. Here's a example. Your respiratory system's main organ is
Your lungs.
your lungs. And your lungs' job is to take in oxygen and to oxygenate the blood, which the blood is a part of your
Heart.
circulatory system. So I'm giving you a relation from one system to the next. So the oxygen puts into the blood, which is in the circulatory system, and the oxygenated blood goes to your organs, the heart, the lungs, the liver, so on and so forth. So if your respiratory system is lacking, then it stops the proper oxygen to get into the bloods, which end up messing with your circulatory system. And when your your heart, lungs, and so next thing you know, that one system affects the next system, and so on. So I made a relation. I could go on with this, with the systems, but that's just giving you a little touch on how the systems need homeostasis, where it needs a balance so that one, it's like a domino effect. Mess with that, boom. The next. Bridget sent the look up Bridget, because I want you to read something that Bridget put online.
On YouTube? I mean on
On
Facebook?
Facebook. Bridget is my sister, so she wouldn't mind having some stuff. Maybe she wouldn't. I hope not.
It's gonna take me a minute. Calm down, everybody.
It's something that I've read other people, but I'd rather get it from her. That's my sister, as opposed to getting it from Joe Blow and John Smo and John Doe.
Calm down. I can't get. Stop moving.
He's talking about how they claim they did autopsies on the dead body, and now they know how to combat COVID-19. Some of this stuff just sounds like it came straight out of a movie. Like, and I'm not saying this is what she said, because she didn't make this up. She's relaying what they're putting out there. Like, yeah, we didn't know what was going on, but we did autopsies, and in order to attack we got to get the system clean. So that makes, I don't need to check a dead body to tell you that. If you got mucus, pneumonia is a buildup of mucus in your lungs. That's basically what that is. I had pneumonia before, so I spewed out the mucus. I lived it, dealt with it. And it's common sense. Like, in order for you to be able to do anything, you got to keep the person alive. In order to keep them alive, you got to get the mucus out, so the airwaves. They got to be able to breathe. Then you don't need a dead body to do that. Like, listen, before you die, let me clear your airwaves. Like, that's what you
Oh,
gotta
you want
do.
to bring up something Bridget posted a long time ago?
She posted it today.
Oh, I can't even see her page.
Well, she
It
blocked
must
you.
be yeah, it must be conspiracy theory. I can't get onto nobody page. Look, I can't scroll down. It usually scrolls down. It won't let me scroll nowhere.
We'll cut it off and cut back on.
Good, look at it. It's a conspiracy. I did it already though. Me, my page, Momo B, Mama B, Mama B.
Turn it off and turn it back on. That's what I just told you.
I don't know what you mean turn it off.
Turn off your whole phone.
Turn off my whole phone?
Yeah.
Who does that?
People who phone freezes up on them. Right? Right? Turn it off and turn it back on. Tell her. Turn it off. Turn it back on.
She need a haircut. Oh, I got her something. A rubber band. The child that crap in the front. Okay, entertain the people. Stop talking all over. Look, you see?
Okay. You turn it back
Entertain the
on.
people.
Turn it off. Turn it
That's
back on.
entertainment.
What else? Discuss. What else? This is not just sitting here laughing and joking and tapping my damn feet. Like, talk about something, man. Talk about something. What? That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. What do you do? Because you can wash your hands all you want. That ain't about nothing. It's like, just think about it. This how stupid that sounds. Like, you should wash your hands and clean yourself anyway. But it's crazy. Like, it gotta be something more than that. Gotta be something more than that.
Yeah,
There ain't a bunch of
I
crazy,
believe
dirty
that.
people walking around with dirty hands.
It's not.
Like,
It's
like,
not
come
about
on.
that. It is, and people walking around
People
with
have
masks
been
on their
dead.
face and gloves and stuff. I don't know what that is. I mean, I put gloves on because I don't want that. I don't like to touch the stuff of anybody anyway. But so I get that part,
Check this out.
and I want to be alive, and I want to represent. But
Check this.
there's something killing these people.
All right. Check this
What
out.
is it?
Here's a part of the conspiracy.
Riddle me that.
Here's part of the
What's
conspiracy.
killing the people?
When people get so fearful that they don't want to touch each other or they don't want to touch nothing that somebody else touched, then that is going to change the way we live as we know it. And one of the things that a lot of people touch and they pass on to each other that will end up being changed is what?
Money.
So, mark my words, the money is going to end up being changed. We already have changed it because we have the Google Pay, Apple Pay, Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, and if it gets to that point, no one's going to want to touch money because money is dirty. So if you believe,
Just like I got my $10.
right,
Oh,
if you
here go.
believe that a virus is going to be outside your body living on money, I don't want that. Don't give me that. Cash App me, Venmo,
yeah.
Zelle me, like even cards. You're not going to want to touch nothing. It'll make things virtual. And it's still about actually money and power because that would make any stocks in these companies raise. You take money out of the equation. I mean, that the international bankers that make money off the American dollar in circulation, they must be putting their money elsewhere because with no money in circulation, you can't tax somebody to use something that they don't use anymore because the American dollar is being taxed. But that's another story for another day.
This is the Bridget thing is here.
You found it?
Yeah, you want to read it? Get your glasses. Cause it's a doozy. Don't Don't read the last paragraph. Don't read the last paragraph because that's just telling you what to do.
All right.
Copy and paste.
See, 17 hours. Doctors are reporting they now understand the behavior of the COVID-19 virus due to autopsies that they have carried out. This virus is characterized by obstructing respiratory pathways with thick mucus that solidifies and blocks the airways and lungs. Pneumonia. So they have discovered that in order to apply a medicine, you have to open and unblock these airways so that the treatment can be used to take effect. However, all of this takes a number of days. Their recommendations for what you can do to safeguard yourself are: 1. Drink lots of hot liquids, coffees, soups, teas, warm water. In addition, take a sip of warm water every 20 minutes because this keeps your mouth moist and washes any other virus that enters your mouth into your stomach, where your gastric juices will neutralize it before it can get to the lungs. 2. Gargle with an antiseptic and warm water like vinegar or salt or lemon every day if possible. 3. The virus attaches itself to hair and clothes, and detergent or soap kills it, but you must take a bath or shower when you get in from the street. Avoid sitting down in your home and go straight to the shower. If you cannot wash your clothes daily, hang them in sunlight, which also helps to neutralize the virus. 4. Wash metallic surfaces very carefully because the virus can stay viable on these for up to 9 days. Take note and be vigilant about touching handrails, doorknobs, etc., and keep these clean. Keep these clean in the home. It said home, so I had to pause. 5. Don't smoke. 6. Wash your hands every 20 minutes with any soap that foams, and do this for 20 seconds. 7. Eat fruits and vegetables. Try to elevate your zinc levels. 8. Animals do not spread the virus to people. It is a person-to-person transmission. 9. Try to avoid getting the common flu, as this already weakens your system, and try to avoid eating and drinking any cold things. 10. If you feel any discomfort in your throat or a sore throat coming on, attack it immediately using the above methods. The virus enters the system through the throat, but will sit in the throat for 3 to 4 days before it passes into your lungs. Now, what does this make you think?
We can keep low.
Let's look at this. Let's look at this on a conspiracy level. Let's look at this on a conspiracy level for a second. What is the main thing that this is telling you to do over and over again?
Wash your hands, drink warm liquids, clear your throat. Warm, hot.
Okay,
hot.
so what is it actually telling you to expose yourself to?
Hot water.
Water.
Yeah, and I think that's what caused the thing in the first place.
So just listen. I'm not saying this is for you to think about. It's not like we have a bunch of us have our own well waters or our own neutralized natural water pools where we can douse ourselves with. So if it keeps telling us to wash our hands for 20 seconds and wash our bodies, water.
Drink. That's how we got it.
It's making me think that something's wrong with our water.
That's how they spread it in the first place. I said it. I told them.
I'm not saying that this is it. I'm just giving y'all something to think about, because all that quick going around and all this. I don't drink a lot of water.
I agree.
From the tap. My water is
the tap water.
But the water when we take a shower, I don't have spring water that I bathe in. So I bathe in regular water like mostly everybody else. I just drink bottled water mostly. So if all of us, let me say something. What is the biggest organ on our body?
Biggest organ.
The largest organ in our body is what? Say it louder.
Our skin.
Our skin. Our skin is the largest organ on our body. And what does our skin do?
Shame.
Yeah, it protects us, but it also allows things in and out. So our skin absorbs and it releases. So we absorb sunlight, we absorb water, we get rid of water. But the point is, if the skin is a point of contact, so as far as being able to transmit, like how they say, if you have certain contact with viruses and it gets into your pores, you can get sick. So if there's something poisoned in our water and we spend so much time in it, wash your hands for 20 seconds and all this every 20 minutes, what that would be like, just hear me out. If my hands are clean and I'm in my house, why the hell do I gotta keep going back to the water every 20 minutes? Who's that crazy and who's that paranoid? Why? Why? My hands is clean. I'm not doing everything in. I can't get it from the dog, so. I ain't got to wash my hands.
But my thing is,
every 20 minutes.
Why would it? Why would it spread so fast? It gotta be something. It's not air. We already know it's not air, because if it was air traveling, then there would be way more people that had.
Right.
Right. So it's not traveling through the air. It gotta be coming through something, and I think water is the thing, because it's traveling too fast to be touching each other. Yeah, nobody touch that much. We don't even like each other. Ain't nobody touching each other like that. I mean, 37,000, 87,000. It multiplies too fast from touching. Ain't nobody touching nobody like that.
And you have people.
And if people die in a house, like all 8 died, then that would be touching. But no, it's this one in this house. It's too many different people. It's from the water.
You have people like me that was social distancing is not nothing new to me. I didn't like being on a train.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Don't touch. Oh no! Somebody walk past me, touch me like, you got me. Like you're like, I don't. Especially if you smell them. Like I'm one of those people smell like, oh damn, you smell. Oh, you touched me.
Yeah, I don't like people. I don't like people anyway.
So that some people just thrive better from a distance. Like
it's too much.
To 6 feet. Like we say 3 feet, but 6 feet was even better. Like, at any rate, that's something for you to think about. That water, say to buy the bottle of water. I don't know where the tissue came from, but buying the water, because if you got water.
And don't drink from the bottle. Pour it in a glass. I'm just saying.
Why? Because of the plastic?
I don't know. Well, I'm just saying. It can't hurt.
So whatever.
Pour it in a glass. What would hurt about that?
Be high class about it. Pour it in a glass. Toast. But water, think about it. Like I said, this is just me giving you something to think about. I'm gonna talk about making money too.
Oh,
but I'll do that on another video. Can't put it all on the same video. Got to give you content. People say content, like talk about making money on something else. Talk about making money.
Keep
right?
coming back.
Talk about making money.
Come back for the money.
Making money.
Everybody
right,
want to know about the money.
Fireplace chat. See, Fireplace chatting. The force.
Don't forget Lola.
And Lola. That was me. That was Lola. You know, if it was Lola, the whole world would shake. It's a little dog, but don't get it twisted. Tear your pinky finger off.
Gang.
Tear your pinky finger off. You come near me with it. I'm telling you, man. What breed of dog is this? Mixed with wolf.
A Shih Tzu.
Shih Tzu mixed with wolf. Or Witsu.
Yeah.
All right.
I wish you would.
All right. Off.
Give me the bottle.
Off. Signing out. I'm here to
This is fun. I don't know how to work it.
Just hit it, reach around, and hit the. See ya, peace.